Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? All right. Let's hop right into it here, guys. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me in the chat. I need to know if you can hear me because I went and got a new microphone today. Some of you might be able to tell that I sound different. It's probably clearer now. But let me know, guys, if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know how it sounds. Do I sound far away as well? I need to know that. So yeah, somebody let me know in the chat. I see you guys all are all. You can hear me? Do I sound far away or do I sound good? Let me know. I'm working this new microphone in here, so I gotta know. Sounds good? Perfect. All right, thanks, guys. Perfect. Okay, guys, check it out, guys. So just so you guys know, as we always do, we will get to the chat. I'll get to all of your questions and comments in the chat. The second half of the stream, I'll get to the news and everything first. Okay, so put your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. I will get to them. If you have an altcoin or something like that you want me to look at, there is a goal at the top of the chat. Participate in the goal, and I will look at your altcoin. Okay. All right. So look at this God candle, guys. Boom. We got all the way up to 2 cents 471 on JASMY. Absolutely fantastic. We just duplicated this candle right here. Very nice. This bull flag played out. Boom. Perfect. We're up above the 200-day SMA right now, guys, which is fantastic. Things are looking great. Look at this confirmed breakout of the falling wedge pattern. Very, very nice, guys. Continuation to the upside. Here we come. For me, we got to get past 2 cents 5. Right? We got to get past this bad boy right here. We used that as resistance back here. But it was also because it hit the top of the trend line, right? But I would like to see a clear break through 2 cents 5. We'll see what happens as Bitcoin continues its journey to the upside today. Absolutely fantastic. Look at those candles, guys. Look at those candles. JASMY following Bitcoin's lead. And yes, guys, Bitcoin, the Trump pump is real. The Trump pump is real. Look at that. We hit 81K, guys. We have officially hit $81,000. Can we continue to the upside? Can we hit 82? Can we hit 80? Can we hit 83,000 today? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? GT says, Rob, I was thinking about what you said last night about the super chats. Remember when George was requesting it to look at stuff, and you said, who is he and who are you as well? I'm messing with you. Yeah, I know. And I did feel that way, but the difference is George demanded a $20 super chat, right? That's what upset me about that is he said, you shouldn't send me a super chat lower than $20. I know you're messing with me though, brother. But the reason that I had to start doing that is because people were starting to like, hey man, can you look at Doge, Casper and KASPA, and like they would send like 3, 4, 5 requests in one comment, and they're like, it just gets to a ridiculous point, right? And it's like, so I was like, man, I know it's all love, brother. I know it's all love. I know you got me. I got you. So yeah, but Bitcoin, can we hit 82, 83K today? Can we hit another new all-time high, the 5th day in a row, right here actually today would be the 6th day in a row, wouldn't it? Right here on the live stream. We've hit new all-time high 5 days in a row on the live stream. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's go look at the bubbles, guys. Bubbles are looking juicy. Look at this. You love to see it, guys. KASPA, 25.3%. JASMY up 17.4%. Miria up 14.8%, guys. Everything looks sexy. I dig it, man. I dig it. Awesome. I'm glad to see you guys are liking the mic. Yeah, I went and picked one up today. It came in. I went and picked it up, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I figured we'd celebrate the start of the parabolic part of the bull run with a new microphone, right? Look at this. This is just the daily, guys. This is just the daily. Look at this. Shiba Inu up 36.5%. Cardano up almost 40%. Sui up 22%. Crow 22%. Guys, profits across the board. Doge is pumping like crazy. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, guys. I'm loving it. I'm excited. I'm in a fantastic mood. Everyone's portfolios right now, for the most part, should be at least having some decent green in it. So fantastic, guys. Fantastic. All right, let's get into some of the news, shall we? So this is from NeoSun. He said this was a few days ago, guys. Check this out. They said JASMY was a scam, a dead project, that they weren't going to make it. But have you ever seen a blockchain project with its own billboard in a stadium? Look, if you can see right here, boom, what's this? JASMY at the soccer stadium, baby. You love to see it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. That's epic. That is epic right there. All right, what else do we got? What else is going on out there, guys? Hindsight is 2020. Congratulations to everyone who was able to make use of the dip on Miria at 2016 we just saw, or who at least just sat on their hands. Fantastic recovery on Miria, guys. It was a dip. It was a fantastic opportunity. It got bought up. I told people who were panicking, ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string, but they panicked, and I scooped some up. I know quite a few of you guys were scooping up Miria as well. So fantastic to see, guys. Fantastic to see. Everyone's so happy and chipper. Like, this is what we've been waiting for, guys. This is what we've been waiting for like 2.5 years now. We're here, baby. We're here. Listen to this, Yahoo. Bitcoin was $16,000 when Peter Zahan claimed it had no intrinsic value and was going to zero. $16,000. This guy, I remember watching this. He said Bitcoin was going to zero when it was $16,000. Listen up.
There's no intrinsic value to this asset. And now it's starting to be priced appropriately. So it has what's Bitcoin at? 16,000? It has another 17,000 to go down.
Duh, really?
Yeah, there's no intrinsic value to this product.
And do you think that people have just inherently lost faith in the idea behind crypto because of FTX?
Well, it became an ideology, and whenever you invest based on an ideology, you're going to make some decisions that are a little divorced from math.
And what do you mean by ideology?
Well, the people who really like crypto are convinced that it's the currency of the future, and that a decentralized ledger is the way to go, and that anything that is controlled by a government entity is by definition a negative, and if it's done by the private sector freely, it will be better. And that's just not how currency works. Currency is a method of exchange and a store of value. And for that, there has to be a degree of trust, and you have to have it managed in terms of volume. I mean, one of the craziest things about Bitcoin is that there will never be more than X number of units of Bitcoin. Well, by default, that means it can't be used for trade, because the whole idea of economic activity is that there's expansion, which means you need more currency to lubricate and manage that expansion. If currency is locked into a specific number, you get monetary inflation, and that is one of the fastest ways to destroy an economic model.
So because of the lack of Bitcoin, because there's a certain controlled number, the only thing that can happen is Bitcoin becomes more expensive.
Right. And that means that the people who hold it are the ones that make the money, but everyone else suffers. I'm sorry, that's not viable. The alternative is you have some private dude
That's how stocks work, stupid.
out there who generates the coins on a whim. How is that different from the monetary reserve or the monetary authorities that we have at the Federal Reserve, except for the point that there's no accountability? No.
This guy, Bitcoin was 16 grand. That's what happens with stocks before they IPO. What he just described, right? And somehow it makes perfectly logical sense to him to have it pre-IPO company do that, but it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin. This guy's an idiot. Again, I will remind you, he said this when Bitcoin was $16,000. It's $81,000 today. Ugh, not a great quote to look back on, my friend. Shout out to my brother from another mother, Maximus Crypto, guys. This one's for him. More quant updates.
Connect AI, it was mentioned with Ocean. AI has a really good convergence with blockchain, and we can allow that across all the chains.
What it's about is how do we interconnect using a secure channel to the disparate data sources to allow AI and big data to flourish. And we're quite excited with what can happen. And we've got client use cases we're already exploring in government, in aerospace, in healthcare as well, which we've got a couple of RFIs that we've been working on. So
And it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around AI, data. If you want to do an MDAP on payments, if you want to do an MDAP as an exchange, anything compute, if you want to create like an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that pure utility token that can be used for everything.
And then scale that up to a city. So imagine you're in the city and you're in a car, and that car knows that it's you. It tells the next car that I'm carrying this passenger, I need to go because there's an emergency, and every car gets out of the way so you can get to the hospital quicker. So we're just at the beginning of where we're heading with this exciting time, because machines will be able to communicate with machines, and for everyone to communicate, you need interoperability. I mean, why should a Tesla not be able to talk to a Mercedes autonomous vehicle to turn left? That's where we are today. But what we're allowing is any type of device to talk to any other type of device, to have true 5G cities. To
QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing. Hundreds and hundreds of use cases.
Safely interconnect big data sources to a decentralized world, but have interoperability, because if you're using, let's just say, imaging data from healthcare in one blockchain, and then using an EMR that's a traditional database, it's just SQL, and then using something else on the third party, how do you get them to talk to each other? It's quite difficult. And how do you get them to talk together securely?
I firmly believe that Max is right when Max says that it's only a matter of time before you see a crossover, some sort of interaction between the likes of Quant and JASMY, guys. They're on the same path. They're running the same parallel highway, baby. Only a matter of time before they meet at a gas station, right? Algorand Foundation, Algo Cafe Bangkok is just around the corner. Join us for 2 days of hands-on learning at ETH DevCon. Whether you're new to blockchain or experienced, so they are hosting an event in Bangkok, guys. Big news for Algorand. You guys know I've been covering Algorand a lot, especially lately. Big news coming out of Bangkok. All right, let's get into an article, guys. We got big things coming. 2024 altcoin season cycle poised to repeat historic gains, analyst suggests. In line with comparable movements from 2016 to 2020, which resulted in historic bullish rallies, altcoins have emerged from years of consolidation, which we all have felt to the core, baby. Renowned analyst Mustache notes this pattern and calls the current stage one of the most promising times of cryptocurrency investors. The current price stability and rounded bottom pattern in the altcoin market cap indicates an impending bullish trend. If past patterns persist, this phase could signal a unique opportunity for substantial gains. As you can see from his tweet here, he says altcoins have broken out of years of consolidation, just like in 2016 and in 2020. This is probably the most exciting moment for all of us. Enjoying the show and try to change your life over the next few months. There may never be another chance like this. Guys, your lives may change forever over the next couple of months if you are wise with your profits from this altcoin season. Just like in 2016 and 2020 and 2024, the Bitcoin market has gone through similar patterns of slow growth followed by big jumps. In 2016, the market stayed steady for the first part of the year, but by late 2016, it started growing fast and hit its higher points in early 2018. This time frame created a template for later consolidation and breakouts, enabling succeeding price cycles. The second accumulation phase emerged between 2018 and 2020, featuring a rounded bottom pattern indicating stability. By mid-2020, altcoins began an upward trajectory, reaching new highs by late 2021. These cycles reflect the market's tendency to grow following prolonged periods of price consolidation, suggesting that historical trends may provide valuable insights into current conditions. In 2024, the altcoin market cap shows a similar rounded bottom pattern, signaling potential stability and growth. However, there's a notable deviation point suggesting a possible minor breakout attempt. Despite this fluctuation, the primary accumulation pattern remains consistent. Currently, the altcoin market cap stands at approximately $1.097 trillion, supporting a positive market trend and hinting at another possible bullish breakout. Moreover, this reoccurring pattern strengthens the view that the altcoin market could experience another sustained rally. Each accumulation phase followed by a breakout has led to a record growth, bolstering confidence in the 2024 market. If trends continue, altcoins could once again reach new highs, rewarding patient investors. What have we pushed on this channel for over 2 years? Patience, right? We are on the precipice, guys. It's happening in real time. CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, shared that he owns Bitcoin and crypto 3 years ago. Check it out.
Well, let me ask you a different question, because you just said that you might not do it personally. Do you own crypto and any Bitcoin or Ethereum? Would you play around with this?
I do. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to own it as a part of a diversified portfolio. And I'm not giving anybody investment advice, by the way.
When did you get interested in it?
I've been interested in it for a while, and I've been researching it and so forth. And so I think it's interesting.
Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. They hold it. Why are you worried about you holding it, right? Put your pennies where they put their dollars, guys. Rect Capital says, welcome to the parabolic phase of the cycle. Over the past 5 days, Bitcoin has been making new all-time highs almost every single day. And Bitcoin is just about to break $80,000, which it has done. It broke $81,000. Let's freaking go, guys. Continuing on with Rect Capital. The BTC reaccumulation phase is over. The BTC parabolic upside phase has only just begun. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. All right, what else do we got going on? Check it out here from Simply Bitcoin. $78,000 Bitcoin, 78,000, Bitcoin were withdrawn from exchanges in the past month. Only 13,500 were minted. 78,000 Bitcoin were taken off exchanges, guys. This means that the people who move those, most likely whales, off exchange to self-custody or cold storage clearly have no intention of selling that Bitcoin anytime soon. That is a bullish marker for the rest of the market, right? What else do we have? All right, we have another article, but first we have a super chat to get through. Samil, what's up, buddy? Rob, look at the live chart for Lucky Dog again, 5x already, and bullish flag forming to the moon. I'm going to look at it right now for you, brother, because you helped us reach our goal for the channel. So let's have a look at it. Lucky Dog again. That's right. We looked at this the other day for you, right? Lucky Dog. 109% up on the day. Let's go to the live chart. Look at that, man. That's awesome. I remember I told you the other day, I said, if you're holding it, man, hold on to it because it's going to run. Fantastic. That is a beautiful, beautiful. And you know what's funny, though? You know what's funny is that you've got yourself a bit of a bull flag forming at the same time, right? This thing's going to run even higher, man, in my opinion. You've got yourself one hell of a nice a nice meme coin here, man. Top to the bottom. I mean, you're going to be looking at this thing could run up another to like 2037-ish is where you could end up, somewhere in this range, right? That's where you could be ending up soon, brother, out of this bull flag pattern. So looking good, man. Looking fantastic. Great call, brother. Great call on that project. Yeah, awesome. Congratulations if that's what you're holding, brother. I'm so happy for you, man. I am so happy for you. All right, let's get into the article now. Let's get back over to the article. All right, so what do we got here? Bitcoin begins final halving phase, parabolic uptrend anticipated. Bitcoin recently signaled the beginning of its final phase of the halving cycle, according to an analysis by Rect Capital. The cryptocurrency market, recent breakout from its reaccumulation range indicates a transition into a parabolic uptrend. This phase is historically known for substantial price gains, which could last over a year. Consequently, the analysis outlines three main phases that define the Bitcoin halving cycle. The first phase includes pre-halving retraces, which saw Bitcoin pull back by significant percentages before this year's halving event. As you can see, he's got his tweet right here. In 2024, Bitcoin experienced two retraces of 18%. These retraces paved the way for the reaccumulation phase. During this period, Bitcoin's price consolidated. And guys, while that was painful to go through, we made it through and we accumulated the whole freaking time, creating a stable foundation for future growth. Although this phase often tests investors' patience, and yes, it did, it is essential to establish the base for a subsequent rally. Subsequently, the breakout from the reaccumulation phase has now set the stage for an anticipated parabolic growth period. This phase has been associated with rapid price surges, which have previously driven Bitcoin to new all-time highs, which we are seeing in the charts today. Notably, Rect Capital's analysis notes that previous parabolic phases lasted roughly 385 days. However, current market conditions may lead to an accelerated cycle, potentially shortening this duration. Investors are now closely monitoring these patterns to understand Bitcoin's next moves. Currently, Bitcoin is priced at 75,000. No, it is 80,000 now. This was done. This must have been typed up yesterday, with the market cap of 1.5 trillion, despite the minor dip by 0.03% over the last 24 hours. Yada yada yada. However, Bitcoin's dominance has recently decreased, and we are going to get into Bitcoin's dominance in a few moments, guys, signaling a possible shift in market focus towards altcoins. Institutional activity has also been seen a notable increase. Options interest in CME BTC futures positions have experienced a significant rise, reflecting institutional confidence in the asset's future performance. Additionally, Bitcoin's balances are shrinking as more investors are moving their holdings to cold storage. This shift is often viewed as a bullish indicator, suggesting reduced selling pressure on the markets. Furthermore, Changeley blog analysts have realized released projections for Bitcoin's performance through December of 2024. They forecast a minimum price of $59,000. Yeah, okay. While a maximum projection peak could reach 84. Yeah, I think those targets are way too low. We're almost at 80. We already hit 81 by the end of December. I think by the end of December, we're going to be at least around $90,000, guys, personally, right? That's where I think we're going to be minimum. This is getting crazy. The market's going nuts right now. And just so that you guys know, people are wondering, the searches for Bitcoin, retail is starting to come back in. And this is something we discussed over on the Patreon last night. We were having a Zoom call meeting. We have them every day over there, so get over there and join us. We were discussing when retail was coming back in and some of the factors, right? So here we are with Google searches are starting to surge as price hits record highs of $80,000. So retail's starting to come back. They're starting to search for Bitcoin over on Google and YouTube, guys. That is one of the signs that retail's coming back. That's going to be a massive tsunami of money pouring back into the space, and we're just getting started. Now, I know we talked about this last night, guys, but I thought this was so bullish that I had to play it again. Cardano's Charles Hoskinson will be working with Donald Trump's crypto policies. This is huge.
Second, a large part of my time in 2025 will also be devoted to the political process. I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time working with lawmakers in Washington, D.C., and quite a bit of time working with members of the administration to help foster and facilitate with other key leaders in industry the crypto policy. We have to do this and we have to get it done. There's a very high probability that the Republicans will control not only the Senate and the presidency, but also the Congress, the House. And in the process of doing so, this is the best opportunity we have ever had in the history of the industry to get clarity for our industry and remove the sort of Damocles that the SEC has reigned over the Cardano ecosystem, Ripple ecosystem, the Ethereum ecosystem, reigned over Solana, reigned over all the major ecosystems, and actually including Bitcoin in many respects, despite the ETF approvals. None of us signed up to have companies like BlackRock dictate to the United States what the crypto policy should be.
Mm-hmm.
The crypto policy should be written by the American people, the American crypto industry, and by well-meaning lawmakers who are willing to take the time to listen. So we will establish at Input Output a policy office, and we're going to begin staffing that office, moving some personnel around, and hopefully by January we can begin to participate in that process and work with certain key leaders in certain key positions and get to a point where we can hybridize many of the proposals, including FIT 21, including the Lummis bill, the FIA, and other such things, so that we can get a bipartisan bill passed that will give us absolute clarity of when things are securities and commodities, help us navigate the often tumultuous and chaotic waters of DeFi, and get us to a point where we can get back to business. No one in this industry has asked for a subsidy or a bailout. No one in this industry has asked for special rules or special treatment. All we've asked is to be left alone and be able to build our businesses and create trillions of dollars of value and millions of jobs for the American people. I think with a message like that, it makes absolutely no sense to those who aren't corrupt and those who are listening to actually get a law passed. So that's what we're going to focus on in 2025. We're going to get our growth and adoption where it needs to be, and we're going to make sure that we have solid policy so that we can move forward as a nation. As many of you know, I have personal friendships with certain lawmakers and certain people who are now members of the Trump administration. We hopefully will be able to have great dialogues with them in the coming months to put together some of this policy. And I hope to be part of that, but that has yet to be decided based upon the fact that they're not even in office yet, and they just picked a chief of staff. So it's going to take a little bit more time to see what that composition looks like. But in my early conversations with the transition team and my early conversations with many people who want to promote good crypto policy, I have every reason to believe there is a genuine desire to not relitigate and relive the last 4 disastrous years that have been so painful and harmful to all of us. I also believe there's a strong desire, especially amongst younger Democrats and younger Democrat lawmakers, for crypto policy to be bipartisan instead of a Republican issue and a wedge issue between the parties. And this is most evidenced by the fact that FIT 21 was passed in the House with more than 60 Democrat votes. This election, I fully appreciate, has been very stressful for many Americans who felt that the wrong candidate won. I want to take a moment to talk to them. While we do disagree on politics, and while we do disagree on the nature of how the next 4 years are going to unroll and unravel, there is one thing that unites us. we're still Americans. And I'd like to believe that we both want this country to succeed. And there are many things I think we can find common ground on. I was in Washington State for the last 5 days. Many of the people I was with were not exactly on the right side of the spectrum, but they were quite excited about Robert Kennedy being involved in health policy. And that's the power of a unity party. You don't get everything that you want, but at least you get a few things that you can unify on and talk about. And I do believe that if we come together on both sides of the aisle, that we can get to a crypto policy that makes sense for the entire United States and for all of our businesses here. Because after all, the protocols don't discriminate the politics. So why should we as leaders and why should we in the legislative process? Doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm definitely going to be reaching across the aisle to many people who are on the other side of things and ask them if they'd like to participate in the discussions and conversations. And hopefully, I think we can come to a common understanding about some basic principles as an industry as a whole of where we need to go and what we need to do. The other thing is, I think I've gained my passion back. You know, 4 ketamine trips is quite a bit. I think it was over a gram of ketamine after this.
So bullish, guys. So bullish to have actual professional blockchain professionals being able to work with the Trump administration to advance. And I got to be honest with you, I played yesterday. I played a video of him testifying in front of Congress back in 2022, I believe, right? And he's a very, very intelligent man, and I do believe he has, you know, what's best for the crypto industry as a whole, you know, at heart. So, Wrecked Capital, months from now, new altcoin investors will be wishing they were accumulating altcoins at this current moment in the cycle, instead of later in the cycle where everything has already rallied. And that's the thing, guys. Those people are what we like to call exit liquidity, right? So, but we need them. It's unfortunate, but we need them, right? Fun fact, 14 years ago today, you could have bought one Bitcoin for 50 cents. Insane, guys. All right, what else do we got? All right, Allison Shard debate what to expect from Trump's 2.0 tax and tariffs policies.
From extending his first tax cuts to slapping. That's the only thing. That's the only word to use with tariffs, isn't it? To slapping more tariffs on Chinese imports. President-elect Trump is hoping to reshape the U.S. economy. Join us now to talk about what could be ahead. This is going to be ugly, this debate. I'm telling you, not. Allison Schrager, that shows just how crazy things are. Allison Schrager is at the Manhattan Institute, a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. You have pictures of Adam Smith everywhere, don't you? And Friedrich Hayek. And then on the other side, Natasha Sarin, professor at Yale Law School, home of Jeff Sonnenfeld in the Yale School of Management and a former Treasury Department official. And believe it or not, you guys agree on most things about tariffs, do you not?
Yeah,
you had a meeting in the green room, and you were doing a lot more nodding than arguing.
When I try to be positive about it, I tell myself I always wanted a world where we had lower income tax rates and more consumption taxes. And maybe, I mean, we shouldn't like single out imported goods for consumption taxes, but maybe it's a step towards that.
But you know, Allison, it's like hard to view where we are today, like 3 days removed from the election, as anything other than like a pretty significant referendum on inflation. And it's a referendum not just in the US, it's a referendum kind of around the world. And we economists can talk about the rate of change of prices, but like real people are feeling that the price of eggs is 4 times higher today than it was 4 years ago. And in that environment, it strikes me as like pretty wrong-headed. And I hope that this is, Trump has been saying promises made, promises kept. Like, I hope this is a place where he's like, promises not really kept. Because in that environment, 20% across the board tariffs, that's like the most inflationary policy of my lifetime.
I mean, 20% across the board, absolutely. Of course, I said, like, I don't know if this is going to happen because he's also singling out certain kinds of income and it should be across the board. In theory, if we did have much lower income taxes, that would compensate. Of course, I think people hate inflation even if they do have income increases because, people just hate seeing prices go up. I mean, on the other hand, I'm an ardent free trader, always have been, like it is of the school I was, but even China in some ways does challenge me sometimes. I mean, it was bad that we were getting all of our antibiotics from China. And the fact is that so much trade was coming just from one country is troubling because, I mean, as a free trader, I always feel like the beauty of it is diversification. Now, I'm not sure a trade war with China is the best way to solve that problem, but I think it does deserve some thought and reflection.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between a strategic use of tariffs in particular industries, in particular situations, and across the board tariffs on every country and every industry.
Let me ask you this, though, because we could talk about antibiotics coming from China. We could talk about all sorts of other industries, including chips, and what we should be doing here. The question is, what is if we're going to do industrial policy, how do we do it, and how do we do it better than we've done it thus far? Because I think even the CHIPS Act, which I think was a very well-intentioned effort, it is not clear that we're going to get to the other side the way it's structured today.
Well, I don't think we should do industrial policy. I guess, I mean...
But by default, we're talking about industrial. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to put tariffs on, and if we're going to not do it across the board, then we actually are talking about industrial policy. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, though I don't think we have cracked the code on how to do it properly.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why...
Well, maybe it is a bad thing, in which case then
usually
we shouldn't be doing it at all. But then we're left exposed.
It's either neutral or bad.
Well, we're left exposed. Think about, by the way, putting aside tariffs, think about the consolidation that's happened among doctors by private equity firms in the U.S. Is that free market? Yes, that's free market. Is that good ultimately for the country? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could also argue there's a lot of distortions in the market that sort of create that. I mean, I think what gets less attention and got a lot less attention in the Biden administration is I see subsidies and industrial policy as just the other side of the coin of tariffs. And I mean, ideally, again, certainly with the medical profession, we have all sorts of distortions that probably are pushing, making private equity, pushing it towards that. I mean, if we just sort of had more deregulation or allowed more people to be doctors, maybe that would be a better solution.
So, I am actually quite pro deregulation in particular contexts.
Oh,
we need to make it.
This is cats and dogs sleeping together. This is like the bizarro world.
We need to make it easier to build stuff. We need to make it easier for small businesses to start up. I hear a lot of, and I'm very sympathetic to those views. I think this idea that we shouldn't care that that's sort of your point, Allison, that antibiotics are in China, that we shouldn't care that the U.S. doesn't really have any real capacity or didn't have any real capacity prior to chips to think seriously about chips production in the United States. That's a matter of, that's not a tariff policy. That's not a sort of that's an economic policy, but it's also like a national security priority, and it has to be first order. I think chips did a lot of good. And I think going in this direction, what I've been nervous about over the past few days is the concern that what is going to happen in a new Trump administration is a lot of the good that's been done on some of these dimensions is going to be rolled back. And I hope ultimately that's not going to be the case, but I think you should be worried about it.
One of the things that's happened.
I don't think there's been too much good that's happened in the last 4 years, period, that we can't afford to undo, to be honest with you. But I digress. Weekly recap, guys. Number one, pro-Bitcoin. Trump won the U.S. election. Number two, Cynthia Loomis proposed a bill for the U.S. to acquire 1 million Bitcoin. And Trump is actually behind that bill. He supports it, right? Number three, Bitcoin reached new all-time high, 80. It's actually 81,000 now. And $78,000 Bitcoin were withdrawn from exchanges this week. So people are holding long term. You love to see it, guys. You love to see it. Rep Capital in 2017 cycle, it took 8 weeks of upside into price discovery before BTC experienced any sort of deep pullback. In 2020-2021 cycle, Bitcoin rallied 4 weeks into price discovery before a deeper pullback. We are only 1 week in right now. Do we have another 4 to 8 weeks of price discovery before a correction in Bitcoin? God, I hope so. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, what do we got? 2.75 trillion and counting.
Recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, you know, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. You know, it's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
I think he's right. I think we could easily see a $5 trillion market cap on the asset class. Absolutely, I think we could see that. What else do we got? Let's get into an article here, guys. Sunday shockwave. Bitcoin's 80K surge triggers massive $430 million in crypto liquidations as Bitcoin and Ethereum climb steadily, driving the crypto economy upward. A wave of liquidations has swept through the crypto derivatives markets in the past 24 hours. More than $300 million in short positions were liquidated. Guys, if you're putting in a short right now, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what you're doing. Just before 7 a.m. on Sunday, Eastern time, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of $80,076 per coin on Bitstamp. However, after the early morning peak, BTC dipped to 79.4K range following a brief foray above 80K. We actually reached 81K. The broader climb in Bitcoin and other crypto prices underscores a huge day for liquidations, according to Glassnode data, with over $430 million in derivative positions wiped out in 24 hours. At 8 a.m. on Sunday, a massive $315 million in short positions were liquidated across the board, with BTC shorts bets alone losing $96.35 million. Ethereum shorts saw $56 million setback, and about $114 million in long positions were also cleared on Sunday. Although 141,830 traders faced liquidations, including one Binance trader who lost 13.1 million BTC in a BTC position. Holy crap. Holy crap. Other substantial short bets that took a hit include wagers on Solana, Doge, and Sui, as well as significant shorts in Moodegg, Nero, and Hamster. This chain of liquidations reminds everyone when you short a BTC bull run, you might just catch the horns. The surge of liquidations across multiple crypto derivatives highlights the high-risk stakes that come with betting against Bitcoin's climb. Why? Why would you short Bitcoin when it is literally going parabolic? Are you just wanting to give money away? Because you can just send it to me if that's what you want to do. As major losses struck within hours, this wave of liquidation serves as a clear caution to those shorting during a bullish market. Traders experiencing steep losses reflect Bitcoin's intense price action, underscoring the thrill and volatility of crypto markets for those taking on bold bets. Absolutely insane, guys. Insane. Let's go have a look over at the Bitcoin dominance, actually. Let's see what is going on over there. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, guys. We want to see this continue to crash to the downside. But here's the caveat, guys. This could actually end up having another little dead cat bounce, right? Which would be bad for crypto. I mean, in the very, very extreme short term, but we could see a dead cat bounce out of the Bitcoin dominance, a little bit of a resurgence back up to around maybe 59.5%, maybe close to 60%, but then it'll come right back down again, in my opinion. So just be aware of that. We could see that, guys, or we just may continue to collapse to the downside. Either way, I dig it. All right, what else do we got? Tony Edwards, Grayscale launches the XRP trust when XRP spot ETF.
Recently, there was a relaunch of the XRP Trust. Tell us about that decision to relaunch that.
Yeah, so we've launched a ton of products this year, really driven by investor interest as well as our own internal analysis of what we think are the most compelling opportunities in the marketplace at the moment. And so these things have ranged a huge spectrum from Bitcoin scaling ideas to AI-related projects to some of the decentralized finance stalwarts. So it's a whole range of things. XRP is one example of that, and I'd say that one, really driven by investor interest. There are a lot of XRP enthusiasts out there, and we wanted to be able to offer that product. We previously offered an XRP product and withdrew it after some of the legal issues emerged. Now that we're, we felt we were ready to offer that product again today, and the investor receptivity has been very good. So it's really a combination of investor service and our own views on the industry opportunities that drive these product decisions.
So, of course, a lot of people want me to ask you, when is Grayscale going to file for an XRP spot ETF and even a Solana spot ETF?
Yes.
So the current filing that people should be aware of is for a diversified product. So our product, the Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, GDLC, owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other large cap tokens in smaller size, Avalanche, XRP, and Solana. So that could be the first. That's an active filing, and investors can take a look at that. That would be the first example of XRP making its way into the ETF structure here in the United States.
Very nice, guys. Let's see that spot XRP ETF to keep things going. Here is your new elected vice president talking crypto utility.
First person, in my view, at least in terms of my substantive disagreements, I'm sure he's like a nice guy, is Gary Gensler. Okay, so Gary Gensler is sort of the complete opposite of my view. And there are two problems that I have with Gary. One of which is that I think he wants to inject politics way too much into the actual business of securities in the United States of America. But in some ways, the more fundamental issue, or at least the most relevant issue for this particular conference is the approach that Gary has taken to regulating blockchain and crypto seems to be almost the exact opposite of what it should be. And I'm oversimplifying a little bit, but the question the SEC seems to ask in regulating crypto is this a token with utility? And if it's a token with utility, then they seem to want to ban it. And if it's a token without utility, they don't seem to care. I almost think we should be the opposite here, right? I worry about financialization. I worry about, frankly, whether a lot of the crypto stuff is fundamentally fake. But if a token actually has utility, that's the sort of thing that, by all means, regulate it. By all means, be careful about, how consumers interact with it. But you don't want to just get rid of this stuff. And here's where I really, really worry about this is a lot of the newest challengers to social media, the social media incumbents of 2024, are going to require some blockchain technology to make their business work. Maybe they'll require a token that supports verification. There are all of these ways in which the companies, when I talk to sort of friends who are still in the VC industry, the companies that are most exciting to them, they're doing actual things in communications in the 21st century, in 2024, I should say. Those companies very often rely on high utility tokens to do things like verification. Well, if we're not making it possible to do verification, then we're going to make it really hard to challenge the existing incumbents in the space.
It's mega bullish to hear that your new vice president-elect is this educated on digital assets. This is huge, huge. I mean, the man owns a few $100,000 worth of Bitcoin himself, right? So carrying on the theme of Gary Gensler, though, this is a story I've been staying on top of. So the ASA has urged SEC Chair Gary Gensler to resign after Trump's election victory. The American Financial Services Association has urged SEC Chair Gary Gensler to step down after President-elect Donald Trump's triumph. The ASA president, Chris Lacovillato, I don't know how to say his name, Lacovala, stated that he should respect the will of the voters and leave his post. He believes this would help to rebuild public belief in the SEC and restore confidence for American families, pension savers, and small businesses. Although Gensler's tenure is set to run until 2026, President-elect Donald Trump has made it clear he plans to take over him, fire him, get rid of him. Vámonos, get the hell out of here. He has said he will remove Gary Gensler on the first day of his second term in office. However, the SEC chair cannot be dismissed without cause before his term officially ends. Despite this, Trump's transition team has started discussing potential candidates for the role. One person mentioned is Dan Gallagher, a former SEC commissioner and now Robinhood's chief legal officer. As you can see right here from Good Morning Crypto. Gallagher has publicly criticized Gensler's handling of cryptocurrency guidelines. He has argued that the SEC's current stance creates unnecessary uncertainty and harms innovation. Gallagher believes the agency should take a more balanced approach and still provide oversight without stifling industry developments. Gensler's tenure has been marked by a tough stance on digital possessions, especially digital money. Many in the industry argue that his strict regulatory policies have created confusion, slowing technological progress. Critics feel the SEC's actions have added uncertainty to the market and led to a lack of clear guidelines. At the same time, Gallagher has been advocating for more clear laws for digital money. He believes the United States risks losing its global leadership in digital innovation if the current legislative regulatory framework doesn't improve. He argues that without better policies, countries with more favorable rules will attract capital and talent away from the U.S. Not only that, guys, but we did see over the last couple of years a rash of young people who have become even semi-wealthy in crypto over the last cycle or two, who have opted to abandon their United States citizenships and move to these more crypto-friendly countries where they're not paying things like exorbitant capital gains taxes and facing these regulatory uncertainties, right? So that is also causing the U.S. to suffer. It's kind of the reverse effect of what the United States has been doing to other countries for decades, right? And what that is they would accept other countries' best and brightest and financially literate people into the United States, robbing them of these other countries. Well, now the opposite is happening, where these countries are starting to siphon off the young, bright minds and wealthy investors from the United States because of the actions of Gary Gensler and the SEC. So we will have to see how that plays out as we stay on top of it, guys. Let's go back over to Bitcoin, having a little bit of a pullback right now. Will we pull back up over $80,000? We shall see. In the meantime, let's get into the chat, see what everybody's talking about here. Liquidity in the house. What's good, man? Good to see you. All those DCA days were worth it. Let's go. Yes, exactly, Liquidity, exactly. All those days where I was on the channel saying, guys, it's a good DCA opportunity. Guys, we should be DCAing today. They're paying off right now, right? All the people who got mad at me and got frustrated with me saying, you always say DCA. You always say that and it never does anything. Well, it's doing something now, ain't it? It's doing something now. And always, as always, guys, please make sure that you're hitting the like and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, help the channel grow. Just so that you guys know as well, I already let everyone know on the Patreon earlier today, but Wes is an XCN Onyx Coin ambassador. He will be with me this evening at 8 o'clock Central for another live stream. So make sure you guys are here for that. Jason in the house. What's up, buddy? Squirt Reynolds, after all these years, it's finally time. Exactly. Jason says this is what it was all about. Yes, exactly. Isaac, what's up, buddy? What's up, Rob? Now I'm getting excited. I hope so, brother. I hope you feel it, man. I hope you feel it. Strange Sky, hey, crypto fam, what's going on? Feeling bullish? Absolutely. Samil, hey, how's that lucky dog playing out? Yeah, we had to look at that for you, brother. We had to look at that. The ducks in my pond, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Strange Sky, okay, yeah, so I was testing my mic. Everybody could hear me. That's nice. So you guys like the new microphone, eh? That's awesome. It's looking gorgeous out there. Yes, absolutely, man. Nacho, what's up, buddy? Good morning, my beautiful friends. We are at the start of something amazing. Yes, absolutely, man. Rosa says 83K today. I hope so, man. I hope so. Jeremiah, where is next for Jasmy? We'll have to see, brother. We will have to see. Lion Turtle, Jazilla is rising. I like that, Jazilla. There goes Tokyo. WF Capital, great mic, man. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad it sounds better. I felt like I was starting to sound like I was in a tin can or something. So, Craig, what's up, buddy? Let's go. Great start. Absolutely. D. Wellwood, keep on keeping on, brother. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Haas is in the house. What's up, man? Glad I kept DCAing. Yes, it paid off, guys. It is paying off in spades right now. Matthew says, should I buy KASPA right now? Well, what I can say to you, Matthew, is that we're actually starting the next phase of our strategy for this bull run over on the Patreon. So if you want to join us in our plans about what phase we're moving into, definitely jump over to the Patreon, man. The link is in the chat. It's in the description. Check it out and join us. Isaac, I think Bitcoin goes up $1,000 every day for the next 2 or 3 days. Nice. Nice. Nothing but the North talk. My family. What's up, buddy? Good afternoon, sir. Unfortunately, I sold everything yesterday. Damn it, I missed the train. I know you didn't sell nothing, man. You ain't good. You ain't gonna do me dirty like that, brother. I got you. And did the bull run start? Coins are pumping like hell. Yes, they are, man. Element Rage, we can hear you. Nice. Super clear. Squirt Reynolds, I'm still red on the projects, but every project I'm in is up 5 to 30%. Nice. That's why it's important to lower your entry points, your dollar cost average point, right? William, there you are, buddy. I was wondering where you were at. I knew I could always count on William to be here, man. Dominic in the house. What's good, brother? What's good? H. Barbarina in the house. Where you been, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Kevin, what's up, buddy? Hello, fam. Smash the likes buttons. Just like BTC smashing those all-time highs. Yes, absolutely, man. We've been waiting for this moment. Funky's in the house. Howdy. Love the pump up. 20K today. Nice. Congratulations, brother. I love to see it. Studio Tech, let's go, baby. Chris, why are all my alts pumping? Yeah, I'm getting scammed into all these profits right now, man. This is some BS. Rob DCA has helped me a lot. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Best strategy in crypto. Dwayne's in the house. Hey, Rob, where do you see Jasmy by the end of November? Man, if this keeps going, it's hard to say, brother. But I do think we will end up smashing back over that 4 cent 4 level if this continues. Rob, I love how I love how you calmed down the first timers with that phase chart. Yeah, you showed the past couple days. Hey, yeah, that's you know what? That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to help people, right? I'm trying to be here because you know what, man? I remember when I was new to crypto, all that long time ago, and I remember the feelings of the anxiety and the panic and not knowing and like all that uncertainty and stuff. It sucks, man. It sucks when you got nobody to to kind of no guiding light. So that's what we try to do here. Derek, I'm getting less pre-rich every day. Well said, brother. Well said. What about GeoGem and Zilliqa? My friend, no problem. I can look at those for you. Just go participate in the goal at the top of the chat, and I will look at your coins for you, man. Chris, even though he's correct, shut up, Charles. He's like Meg from Family Guy. Shut up, Meg. This entire panel is, yeah, I agree with you. They were pretty unintelligent. Do y'all think Trump might make it possible for Swift Swap to operate in the United States? That's actually something that I talked about last night over on the Patreon Element Rage. You got to get over there, brother, because we do Zoom calls every day over there, group Zoom calls, and I was talking about what effect that might have on the U.S., so definitely get over to the Patreon, guys. Join the conversation. James, I'm still going to DCA into XCN until I get to 3 million. I'm going to get into your pattern on Wednesday. You mean the Patreon? Is it too late? Oh, of course not, man. It's not even close to too late. It's actually good timing, James, because we're just this evening, I will be discussing over on the Patreon in our group Zoom call the next phase of our strategy here. We're shifting over to the new next step of our strategy in this bull market. So it's actually pretty good timing. And if you can't make it to one of our group Zoom calls, I record them and then I post them on the Patreon so you can rewatch them later, right? So it's good timing, man. Richie Rich, what's up, buddy? Nice, James. I'm still accumulating a bit more XCM before the big pop. Yes. What time today is your XCN show? 8 p.m. Central. I was told to check out South Dakota. No capital gains tax there. Really? No capital gains tax in South Dakota? It still gets kind of cold. That's just South Dakota is only a couple of hours south of where I live. It still gets kind of cold there in the wintertime, though, right? Magic Power, Jasmy, what's going on? Hey, Rob, any thoughts about the first Neuro on Ethereum? I'm staying away from any new meme coins right now. I know it's a good project, but I'm sticking with what I have right now. Stuff like Turbo is kind of where I'm going. I'm not venturing into any other meme coins at this point in time, unless it's, a golden opportunity kind of thing, right? Studio Tech, patience is paying off now, Rob. You are top notch. Thank you, brother. You're top notch because you stuck to your plan, man. Lord of the Realm in the house. Good afternoon. Loving these green days. Yes. Lily, yo, Mike is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anthony, good afternoon, Rob. Great things always come to those who wait. Have patience. Exactly. That video the other day about you only need 6 BTC to buy a home now, when it would have been 6K a few years ago. Yeah, exactly. Crazy. Puts things in perspective, right? Manso, what's up, man? Is there any point in being a member, Rob? Seems like all these no, there's still members only live streams. There's actually a couple more bonus things I'm actually working on adding for the members of the channel. So be patient on that. I think you guys will like a couple of the ideas that I have. Rodney, just wanted to say thank you. Listening for the past 9 months has really helped me get to where I am. Thank you for always being positive. Hey, Rodney, thank you, man, for being a part of this community and supporting the channel. I appreciate you, brother. Green tea. Hey, everyone. Loving the sea of green. Absolutely. And Ron, hey, mate, Ron from Australia. I love Jasmy holding 200,000, hoping it gets me good returns. I'm being patient. That's how it's done, brother. That is how it's done. Absolutely, man. You guys got it locked down. That's the thing. Like, you guys thank me, but you guys are the ones that locked it down. You guys are the ones who stayed strong, stuck to your plans, right? And you're succeeding now because of it. So that's, I'm just here to show you how the cow eats the cabbage. You guys are the ones that are, you guys are the one executing. So, absolutely, man. Any thoughts on BAT? It's a meta play. Isn't that basic attention token? If that's what you're talking about, I mean, it's okay. I'm not personally a fan of the project. Pretty sure you're talking about basic attention token, right? Yeah. I mean, I could take it or leave it, honestly. I mean, it did pretty well in the last bull run, but I don't know. There's better plays out there. It's been around a while. It's not really performing that well right now either. I mean, it's up like 7% on the day, but in general, it's had a bad year. I mean, yeah, I don't know. $1.90. Something I'm not really interested in it, to be honest with you. But yeah. All right, guys. So listen, I got to get to the gym. I got to get in a workout. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy portfolio, guys, right? So I will be back. Guys, Wes will be joining me at 8 o'clock Central tonight for the Onyx Coin live stream, XCN. We're going to talk about Onyx Coin, but we're also going to talk about the broader market. Hopefully the market will have the crypto future live stream pump going on, new all-time highs. So guys, get over to the Patreon. The link is in the chat. It's in the comment section. It's in the pin. It's in the description. I will be live over there this evening discussing the next phase of our exit strategies. So make sure you guys are over there. Join us for the group Zoom calls. And you can also book your one-on-one Zoom calls with me as well. I can help you with your portfolio, your exit plans, your profit taking. We're looking at passive income opportunities, nodes, DeFi staking, taxes and tax implications, everything in between, guys. So get over to the Patreon. Link is down below. I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock Central.